So the original agreement, and we didn't have any like written contracts or anything like that. It was just because a buddy of ours is like the head of the marketing department over there. So we had like a verbal agreement. That's what we're gonna do. August 4th to the 12th, we're gonna come in and shoot certain videos, and they're gonna post them throughout the week. So it's gonna be like daily edits. But we were under the impression that it was gonna be like one video per day, kind of thing. So then when the dates got closer. So he has this lady working under him. Won't mention her name, but I think he kind of gets her to run everything, like organize everything and plan everything out. So as we started shooting, she started becoming really unreasonable. So she'd start demanding like 3 videos shot and then edited on the same day. So we'd be with them all day from like morning 9 a.m. We'd probably finish with them at 9 p.m., get home, and like 2 hours later she's asking where these videos are. And then when we see her in person, she's also being like very sarcastic and condescending, being very disrespectful. It just got to a point where we couldn't take it anymore. We felt like we were being, talked down to. We weren't being respected. So then we kind of had a talk, and we said, is this even worth the money? Should we just walk away from this right now? Because there's a lot of money. It's probably the biggest contract we've ever had. So do we suffer with it for another week, or do we just leave the money behind and have respect for ourselves as a company?
For me, what I'm thinking about is not so much the money, but the reputation. How important is your reputation? Whenever there's a disagreement with a client or supplier, I always try to leave it on a positive. Always. Like, even if I have to eat everything, I try to make her feel good. Like, I would try to find something. I think people need to be. I came up with a new thing today. Chief Goal Officer. I think you have to be people's chief goal officer. What does she want? What's her goal? What does she want in her company? Forget about screwing you guys over might be her goal right now. Okay, you're not gonna help that. You don't wanna help that. You could help that, but that doesn't help you. So what's her bigger goal? How can you make her look good? What is her outcome? What's her goal? Like, for me, when you tell me your goal, it's dangerous because I wanna help you. Whether it's you calling the girl or messaging her and your dad or your movie, like, I want to know your goals because I love it. It feeds me. But that's what you should be. You should be people's chief goal officer. This woman, what are her goals at this company for this event? What does she want? It's not just making 3 videos and XYZ. It's like, what is the outcome for her out of this, and how can you help provide it? Even if it has nothing to do with video, like maybe something totally outside the box. You can even make it so that she's happy even if you don't give her what she wants. Just by the relationship and communication. Like, some people just don't know, right? Like, part of your business is educating what your process looks like. I don't know what's possible. Like, is this gonna be up tonight? No, but I get it. So she didn't leave that first encounter feeling great about DB Vault. She might not have want you to jump off a bridge like she might now, but she didn't want you to, right? She wasn't feeling great. It might be as simple as buying her coffee in the morning. No, but like, you never know. But to make somebody like you, it might be something as simple as being friendly. And not that you guys are not friendly, but doing something small could make a huge impact
to make her feel
that all the rest of this would never have happened. Same thing with your buddy. What's his goal? What does he want from this? What are his metrics for promotion? He wants promotion. What are his metrics? How are they measuring it? As soon as I know what the metrics are, I went to an event with Sage, my first ever speaking gig with Sage. Their metric was Twitter impressions. Like, we want to get promotion. How are you measuring it? Their KPI, key performance indicator, Twitter impressions. So how many views? And they did it by how many people were watching, or how many tweets went out, times how many followers that person had. It's like, well, what are your goals? We want to get 2 million impressions by the end of the conference. 2 million. I had 100,000 followers or something at the time. Like, I'll get you that myself. I just tweeted like 200 times using their hashtags, whatever the math is, and I gave them their metric, just me. And then I got hired for a 3-year deal. Right? Like, again, it's a stupid, like, that's gonna be how you measure it, that's how they define it, great, I wanna make you look good. He could go then take it to his boss and say, look, we crushed the numbers. You wanted this, here's where we came in at. So he wants promotion, what does that look like? Again, whether you don't have to ever work with them again.
Yeah.
If you don't like the woman, it never turns out the guy is a douchebag, whatever, you just never want to take a project, okay. But like the thing that you make needs to be amazing to help them, like it's work you're proud of and helps them accomplish their goals. Where if you're just doing it for the money, you just give them what they want and it goes out. And it's like, okay, that sucks. Like, put it in your portfolio. Did you make something that you want to put in your portfolio and say, I'm proud of what I did here? Probably not. And so that's when you start to feel soul sucking.
Yeah.
On top of the bad relationships, but like the work you do should be something that you want to put in your portfolio. You need to come out feeling like you did, like you're proud of the work that you did. I want you guys to grow. I want Sage to grow. Like every company that I touch, I want to grow. And I'm gonna give I may not always give them a result, but like I'm trying my best to give them the result. When you're just going after money, you don't put the effort in as much. And then you never end up growing because they likely don't want to bring you back, or you're just the default option and they don't want to do the work because they have bigger problems somewhere else that they have to deal with. You never get referrals from it. You're stuck doing work that is not something you're proud of. And that's a cycle that a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck in.
Yeah. So another thing we talked about is being pushovers, and we thought that maybe just laying down and letting her, taking a beating from this lady is not going to be good for us in the long term, because it's going to get us used to just taking beatings from every other client instead of kind of standing up for ourselves and as a company, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So again, it starts with you catching the signals and understanding, and like now she's in your mind every time you're going into another deal. So she's hopefully giving you more emotional intelligence so that you don't even get into those situations again where you have to not be a pushover, right? Like step one. Two then is just having the honest conversations from a trying not to be massively frustrated place. Right, like, okay, to do this, we'll need to do this. Like, in order to do this, we'll have to take away from here because it takes 8 hours to edit a video, where she might not be thinking that. If you're taking on a job, then you do, like, you committed to that job, even if you over-committed to it. Like, you take on a wedding, like, make it the best wedding video of all time. Like, that you should be proud of it's not where you want to be yet, but this is a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. If you're not doing it for yourself, if you're not enjoying the thing that you're making, like the work you still get to control. How you get treated around in your schedule, you're not, but like the work, the editing, like you get to control the final product that gets put out. And yes, they may have input and say, hey, don't feature the loss and don't blah, 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 right? But within the constraints, you still get to control it. There's a way that you can be passionate and super proud of the thing that you made. I don't care, I'm not focused on the money, I'm not focused on like how my ego's been bruised. I'm being disrespected. Now, if it's a long-term thing, absolutely. Like, do I ever want to work with these guys again? No. Like, something would have to massively change for me to ever want to take that deal again. I know it's for 1 week. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna trick myself into believing that this is awesome. This is my chance to prove myself, and I'm gonna deliver an amazing piece of work. That I'm proud of the work. I can then use that company's name to help me go get more work. But I'm not doing it because I'm afraid of losing money. It's not a great reason to be in the situation. I'm not doing it because they're mean to me or they offended or bruised my ego, right? Like I try to, in the moment of being overwhelmed and feeling like I'm being disrespected, I try to just have empathy. Like how crappy does their life have to be right now? She may be a terrible person. She's extra terrible now because of everything that's going on. This is a big deal for them. And I'm coming in the middle. I want to make their lives easier. So I probably never work for them again unless something major changes. And I think that's a good barometer for clients that you work with. Just understanding, do I trust this person enough that I want to work with them forever? Like these guys know, it's fine. They're a stepping stone to something else. You're going to leverage their name. You're proud of the work you did. I just don't want people leaving a relationship feeling that I didn't do my part. I always want them feeling like I did a great job. even if it means I have to do crazy over and above. And I've gone crazy over and above a lot of times for clients that I've worked with, even when I shouldn't have.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
If you know what your goals are, but you're afraid to go after them because of other people's judgments, check out the video right next to me. I think it's going to help you continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
People aren't afraid of failing, they're afraid of failing in front of other people, right? I think people are so worried about other people's judgment that they don't even try.